Foxborough Rush on a Monday, and it is always an overreaction Monday during the NFL season. So let's just get right to it, AB. Dive into some of these fun-filled topics that we get thrown our way on a Monday morning. Starting with this one, the Chicago Bears regret drafting Caleb Williams over Drake Maye. Overreaction?
Listen, it's hard coming off a game when all of Gillette Stadium is chanting MVP, MVP to Drake Maye. I mean, you're looking at that quarterback class too, right? Bo Nix, Jade Daniels, Drake Maye, all guys who are having some serious success in this league. And it's still early for Caleb Williams, right? So you never want to count a talented player like him out this early. But yeah, when you're comparing him to Drake Maye, a guy that we're literally putting in the MVP conversation, it's really difficult not to at least lean that way.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, I would say that we have seen Caleb Williams make some significant strides with Ben Johnson there in Chicago now. And I would just put it this way, like, if you needed a quarterback, man, that 2024 draft class, it was sweet. Like, you don't know what Caleb Williams is going to be yet. Jaden Daniels, he's obviously struggled with health this season and continues to, because he won't play in the Monday night game tonight against the Kansas City Chiefs. But anytime that kid is on the field, he can do some amazing things. Drake Maye is showing the exact same thing. Bo Nix, I mean, come on. Like, we heard Sean Payton singing his praises, going into the season. And there's a lot of people singing his praises in Denver right now. So if you needed a quarterback, everybody out there whose team needs a quarterback now is like, man, can we get a draft class like 2024, please? Please?
Or can we be like the New England Patriots and have a quarterback like Drake Maye, Tom Brady? Like, people are probably like, really? The Patriots are just so spoiled. And you know what? Yeah. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm on Foxborough Rush because I would not want to be on the other side of it. So I don't feel bad.
Yeah, no. We will soak it in gladly. We will take it. Like, yes, we had Brady for all those years, and now we have Drake Maye. Thank you very much. We are grateful for it, and we will embrace it. All right, let's head back to go back in time a little bit and talk about the coach who was here for so many of those Tom Brady years, Bill Belichick. Has he destroyed his Hall of Fame legacy with everything that has happened over recent years, AB? Is that an overreaction?
This conversation has got a lot of momentum for sure, just based off of the problems that he's been having at UNC. But no, nothing will ever take away from his championships, from all of his Super Bowl rings. Like, this is one of the best coaches, arguably, of all time. So nothing will take that away. And I even think like college and the pro is a very different game. And so regardless of how it goes for him at UNC, he'll always be able to hang his hat on that. And you saw Nick Saban didn't have the NFL success that he had in college. And he even said, hey, listen, like, give Bill Belichick time to get his own guys in there. I think the one concern, if any, is it's not oozing sunshines and rainbows from that locker room in the culture and the program that he's building at UNC. And when you think about just even college, like, being a leader of young men is definitely a massive factor. So nothing will ever take away from the great Bill Belichick here in Boston, and he'll always have a place, and probably soon a statue outside Patriot Place right next to Tom Brady, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he should, and he deserves that statue. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And college football, man, it is like the Wild West right now. So, his choice, obviously, to go get in that mix, and we'll see what it leads to. But it has not been sunshine and rainbows to start. Also has not been sunshine and rainbows for the New York Jets in Aaron Glenn's tenure there. But the Jets get a win. The Jets get a win in improbable fashion against the Cincinnati Bengals yesterday. Justin Fields turned the Jets season around after earning their first victory of the season. Overreaction?
I think we should all be doing Aaron Glenn's little dance move on the sideline for him to celebrate this. Like, that was an awesome moment. And unfortunately, he hasn't really been able to relive it at all. But, like, good for Justin Fields. Like, how about your owner publicly roasting you in a very immature way, and him just rising above that, and not only on the field and having really a standout game for his team and leading them to victory, barely, but leading them to victory. Like, his vulnerability at the podium was unbelievably impressive, and I think it's a great example for all players at any level, just with, I'm going to take the hard. I'm going to acknowledge that there are difficulties in the pro space and in being a starting quarterback that I'm going to face of a losing team, but really just the strength that he had and relying on the people that surrounded him. So really happy for him based off of just the storyline that we've been watching and seeing unfold. So will they be able to turn the season fully around? I don't know. I think it's one win too young to know that right now, but definitely a different vibe has got to be in that locker room.
Yeah, I mean, I give him all the credit in the world for all the reasons that you just listed. And I mean, he might not have even started that game if it weren't for an injury. And yet, he goes out there and it was just like, we're coming back, we're coming back, we're coming back, we're coming back, like over and over and over again. And for the Jets to get that win, I thought was hugely significant. And I thought he was hugely significant in his part in it. In terms of if it turns the season around, I was looking up the Jets schedule here just so I can mention it. They get the Browns next, so that should be a barn burner. And then they get the Patriots, of course, the Ravens, who, you get Lamar back. What's that going to look like? Then you have the Falcons. Then they have Miami, who obviously had the big win, the Jags, Saints, the Patriots again, and the Bills. So I think it might be an overreaction to say it turned the season around, like you said, one win too young. But the reality is I do think that it had a substantial difference maker on the season because all of a sudden at least you have one win and you have some optimism to build off of, and maybe you have the beginning of some belief inside that locker room. Dak Prescott is not a big game quarterback. Overreaction?
I think it's an overreaction. This is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Has he had postseason success? No, right? And so I think that's something to look at for sure. It is funny to me how much hype the Cowboys always get, and yet they're not in the postseason conversation. I'm actually more interested in the DCC, the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, for the last couple years, just with their documentary. You're like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, they're executing, right? But they have had just an up and down season in a way, too. You see some moments you're like, how is this not the best offense in the league? Like, by far, right? But then you have other moments where you're like, all right, this is the Cowboys that we know. So I think it's probably an overreaction, but definitely not a team that has shown you that they're able to take it to the next level yet.
Yeah, no, and look, that Denver defense is obviously one to contend with, but the Dallas defense, it's like, oh my gosh, at some point you have to have a defense that's going to be able to help your offense. And Dallas just doesn't have that.
If only they had like an awesome pass rusher, a generational talent.
Yeah. What? Yeah. That would be really, really helpful. But,
couldn't
history
find
is
one.
history.
They can't find it.
No.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, they had one. Yeah. Okay. Lamar Jackson will come back and lead the Ravens to the playoffs. Overreaction?
Jade, I love watching the Ravens offense play with Lamar Jackson, and their start to the season was such a disappointment because it just was, no one expected it. So truthfully, just selfishly, like, I want him to come back and be able to lead this team. And they had a really dominant win on Sunday, but you never know, right? Like, we'll see how it goes. He had a great vibe on the sideline, and I think that team is feeling good, and it's always a good sign to be able to see your offense produce when your starter is out, right? You know that you're not lacking in every other department. But I was bummed to see the start that they had this season. So, yeah, I hope he's able to turn it around for them and lead them.
Yeah. Look, I think when you have Lamar on the field, you cannot count the Ravens out, right? That's just the reality. They obviously have a game this Thursday night against the Miami Dolphins, who looked a lot better, this past weekend. So if they could get that, essentially you get a mini bye, after that game. And then you get the Vikings, the Browns, the Jets, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Bengals again. That starts to feel like it could be a run, for the Baltimore Ravens to stack the wins that they need. So, yeah, I'll take it. I'll say that he'll come back and lead them into the postseason.